Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Blair Lamb and today we are focused on spring cleaning, spring organizing, spring decluttering, all of that. I have been working on decluttering and organizing. Pretty much I'm always working on it, but I have really been focusing on it for the past year or so. And now that we're really feeling these springtime feelings, it is like I have been bitten by the decluttering, spring cleaning, organizing bug. So that's what this video is going to mainly revolve around, is just getting our house in great shape for, the rest of the spring and into the summer. So it is actually like 5 o'clock, I think now, 5:30 almost. My husband took the kids for the evening and they're gonna go do dinner together and go stop by his mom's house so that they can see their grandmother and just like do like a cute little evening so that I can work on some cleaning and decluttering. It is not ideal to declutter kids' toys when they're home. It is much better if you do that when they're gone. So you can see they've been playing all day. This is where their toys are. I'll show you up close here in a minute, in their toy cabinet. And so everything has been pulled out. And what I've noticed is in the past 3 to 4 weeks, the cleanup is just taking longer and longer. And that is always a moment when I know it's time to declutter again. Because when our toys are very well decluttered, it takes a quick amount of time for me and the kids to pick up the toys together. Whereas when the stuff, it breeds, like it somehow breeds. And when it starts getting more and more, it becomes way too much. So it's time to do some decluttering. I also got, where did I just put them? I will show you in a second. I also got these like zipper pouches that I'm going to label and use for some toy organization. Those are really nice, really easy for the kids to open and close, and they fit anywhere, and I just love them. So there's that. This video is kindly sponsored by Cricut. I love my Cricut. I don't know if you can see her from here. She's over in this corner. It's hard with this opposite. It's over here. So I have like a little computer work desk over here in the corner of our living room, and I have just my computer and a keyboard. And then I also have my Cricut Joy Extra, my little machine. And just the other day, one of my friends was over and she said, "Do you keep this out? Do you use it that much that you actually keep it out?" And I was like, "Oh girl, yeah. I use it all the time." I am obsessed with my Cricut, and there is nothing I love more than organizing with it. I really also enjoy crafting with it. It's very fun and relaxing, but organizing and labeling and everything just looks so clean and neat. Like, it speaks to my heart. So that's what this video is going to be. Some different cleaning projects, organizing projects, decluttering, labeling. I just am excited. So welcome to it. I'm so glad that you're here. We have these 3 cabinets here under our TV, and when they're all aligned, which they are not right now, it looks like one large cabinet or one large console, and we love it. And I will link them below. They have just been fantastic for storage. But as you can well see, now of course things are gonna come out, but like there's random puzzle pieces. No one was doing a puzzle today. That's like a big problem. Those need to be put away somewhere so that they're not mixed in with the toys and we're not losing pieces and all that kind of stuff. And I don't even know what's going on here. I couldn't even tell you. So I'm going to start by kind of sorting through this and making piles of things so that I can determine what I need to get rid of or sell or donate, and what I'm going to keep, and then just like all the different little categories. So that is what I'm going to start off here first with, are the toys, which is always a beast. However, I will say that we keep all of our toys here, which is really helpful. We don't have like more toys in their bedrooms and more toys in other spots. Like, we don't have a playroom, a specific playroom, so this has just become the playroom. It's actually nice because we all get to spend time together, but the downside is of course toys being out. So now that it's taken too long for me to clean up, some of these toys have got to go. So the first thing that I did was just go through all the toys, and you can see I filled up a trash bag pretty quickly with things that were broken, and I also started to fill up that donate box with toys that our kids don't play with anymore. And then I started to group things you can see on the floor into categories so that I would know how I wanted to organize them once I put them all back into the console table. I'm working up a sweat doing this. It's like a lot of little pieces, but I think I've pretty much gotten it well sorted. So over here, I have a few different categories. So I actually just wrote down right here the labels I want to make with the Cricut. So Barbies, Little People, Calico Critters, Characters, Dollhouse People, Nerf, and Play Food are the initial ones that I want to do. So there's the 5 categories there. And then there's a few random things. I just got tired of doing it, but I'll finish it. And then over here, I'm gonna do one that's for, I'm watching Dateline, one that's for baby play, like that's like a play diaper bag and like baby play stuff. This is dollhouse stuff. I'm sorting through this so that there'll only be, right now I have 2 bins of dollhouse stuff, but I'm getting rid of a lot so that I'll just have the one. And then in the cabinet here, we just have some of the vehicles. Those get played with a lot. And then I've been there, these 2 things got kind of scattered. So I'm picking up the puzzle pieces and the pieces to that game. Those both get played with a lot. So we're gonna keep both of those. All the doctor stuff gets played with a lot. This was actually a hand-me-down from my sister-in-law, and we take it on trips with us a lot. It has all these little, I added a few that were just tiny, but it came with 4 of its own. I think it came with like the hippo, the penguin, the parrot, and then I added these, which are little as Pet Shop, but they're the right size. Nora loves to sit on the plane and play with this. So I'm just leaving it open in case I can find that other piece that it came with. I feel like it might have been like a little cat or something. And then I'm gonna put this away with our travel stuff. And this will come out for travel. Then it feels special. It's the perfect size for, you know, it's great. I'm gathering up some Nerf stuff to put in a little thing. And then this is just an empty. This is a play food donut. They still play with that a lot. And yeah, so I have quite a few things in our donate box. Precious toys that we have thoroughly enjoyed, but that we just no longer, they don't get used. I just see them move around the house. No one ever plays with them. So they're gonna go. And then I have quite a few, like a big bag of trash of broken things, which is sad, but it's the reality. So what I'm gonna do now is go ahead and get my Cricut up and running and start cutting out some of these labels. And while they're cutting, while the machine is cutting the labels, I'll finish up the last of this, and that way I can kind of wrap this all up at once. These are the awesome zippered pouches that I bought. You can get so many of them. I think this is $24 for such a very reasonable price. And you can apply vinyl to them and it will stay. And then everything's zipped up. It's like so nice for grabbing and throwing in the car if you're going somewhere and you want to bring that particular toy with you, like to a restaurant or something. And it just keeps everything really neat and organized. So this is, I'm gonna need to measure this and figure out how big I want to put the labels on each bag, but I think this is going to be a great solution for us moving forward. I just made these labels here in Cricut Design Space. Very, very easy. I've gotten very good at it because I use it a lot. So let's see what the font is called. I don't remember. So these are going to cut out as individual letters, but I went ahead and let's see. Oh, it's called BFC 3rd grade. I added these rectangles behind it just so they would be easier to weed, to like pull out the little parts. So I'm gonna get my machine, which is sitting right here, set up and get these cutting. One of my favorite things are labels. I just love labeling things. I love the organization of it. I love the aesthetic of it. I was definitely one of those kids that had a label maker at like probably age like 8 or 10. Just love it. So being able to do this at home and just on the spot when I decide it's time to organize something is so nice, rather than having to pay a marked up price for custom labels. Okay, it's all been cut, and you can see how the line around it makes it just a little easier to cut. And then these are the bags like I showed you, and then I have like my weeding tool, some scissors, my transfer tape. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make up these little bags. Let's get these weeded and then we can move on to the next step. It's so easy. That's like one of my favorite things about having a Cricut is that it's so easy, and like getting this kind of thing, like if you like order custom labels or like custom containers, they are pricey. But this little machine can really just do it all. And I really enjoy it. I feel like the process is so relaxing and fun, and then the end result is a house that just ends up feeling a lot more pulled together. I'll have to show you actually right behind the camera where you are. I set up, we have like this hutch in our kitchen that the people before us put in, and I would never choose to have one there, but since it is, I wanted to make it functional for our family by putting things in it that we use every day. And so yeah, and then I labeled everything, and it has stayed completely organized ever since I did that, which was several months ago now. And before that, no matter how many times I organized it, it was always a mess. Okay, I'll speed through this.
If you do not already have a Cricut, I highly recommend getting one. If this kind of thing interests you, you can make so many things with your Cricut, from these kinds of labels. You can make greeting cards, you can make banners, home decor, holiday decor. I mean, the options are pretty much endless. I also really love the Cricut design space. I feel like it is such an easy and intuitive software. I've had a really easy time learning it. I love the tutorials. I love all the projects that they have in there that you can make. This is just a really worthwhile investment in a busy home. You will end up using it, and it just saves time and definitely dollars overall without having to order custom things and being able to just make them on your own at home. Plus, it's so much fun. So much fun. Check out the Cricut machine bundles to be able to get a discount and everything you need to get started. Is this not just deeply satisfying? Love. And I love that I can add more. I still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6 bags left, which is great. So I'm going to go in the playroom area and get all the things in the bags, and then we should be pretty close to done. Well, at least with that portion of spring cleaning, organizing, and decluttering. Now for the fun part. This is the part that I always love the most, because this is when you actually get to see the fruits of your labor. So Dateline is continuing to play there in the background, but I am going ahead and getting all of these different things sorted into their appropriate bags and appropriate categories. This is so satisfying to me. That worked perfectly. Every single thing fit exactly as I was hoping it would fit. So what I think I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to leave everything out, because we do love a good toy rotation. So I think I'm going to take a few of the things and put them away, and then we'll swap them out for some other things, because some of these are kind of similar, like Little People, Calico Critters, the little characters, and the Dollhouse People are all similar. So maybe I'll pick 1 or 2 and then leave the rest for a later time, I think. And then maybe I'll either choose Doctor or Play Food. My kids just thrive so much better. I feel like they play with their toys so much better when there are fewer options, because it's easier to choose. And so then what I'm going to do is make a few labels for these little bins. So this is like dollhouse furniture there. This one is dinosaurs. And then that one is baby stuff, like bottles and diaper bags and play baby stuff. So I'm going to go over to the Cricut here and see if I can find like a tag that I could like tie on, because I don't think I could really affix. This one's solid white and this one is almost like clear, but it's the same like weave pattern. I think that would not work really well, but I could like totally tie on a little, let me look. Okay, I designed little labels, and so you print them out. This is called a print then cut with the Cricut. So you print them out with your printer, and then it adds these little lines on the edges, and that allows the Cricut machine to scan them and then cut around them. So I added like a square around each one of these and then a little hole at the top so I can affix them to the basket. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those cut out. And then I think this little play area organization will be complete. After I got in bed this night, all I could think about were the other things in my house that I wanted to label and organize. So hopefully I'll have some more content coming, because this is so much fun. All right, so I have my little labels. I actually changed my mind on the hole at the top because I'm gonna do Velcro instead. So I'm gonna fix these all onto here. So like for dinosaurs, this will just sit here, and I think that'll be really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, my playroom reset, declutter, clean out is complete. So we have the dollhouse over here, my tripod that I was using to film. This is their pickler triangle. They play on this a lot. They use it for all kinds of things. Their favorite thing right now is to set it up like a fort. So maybe actually tonight before I go to bed, I'll put a blanket over it and set it up like a fort in there because they will think that's really fun in the morning. So that's that. And then the dollhouse, which is empty now, that thing gets played with so much. I can't even tell you. So right next to the dollhouse, I have the vehicles and then the dollhouse furniture and then the dollhouse people. And I also included the characters, which are, I don't know, everything from Bluey to Daniel Tiger to Ursula and the Little Mermaid, but Nora really loves them. So this whole cabinet is pretty much dedicated to the dollhouse. So close that. And then moving into the next cabinet, we have stuff for baby dolls up top, and then down below, Colin's dinosaurs. I like that there's also room here. I could pop Nora's baby doll in there with that so that they'll all be stored together. Right now, I think she has her baby doll in her bedroom, and she's asleep in there, so I'm not about to go in. And then there is very empty, which is really nice. So I've been crocheting like a wild person, just all the time crocheting. So all my little, not all of them, but most of my little creations are in here. My kids love playing with them. So I just have a little plushies label. This is like a little board game they both really enjoy, and then a small basket of books. And that's all. Those are all the toys we have in our whole house, except for this basket. And then they each have a few stuffed animals in their rooms. So all of these I am going to put in the closet. And how we do it in our family is if they ask for any of this, they can have it at any time. A lot of times we'll do a trade. So if they ask for one of these things, we just choose something else that they're not playing with to put away, because what ends up happening is what you saw today. Over time, everything gets out, and then I have to do a reset like this. But I will say it lasts for a while, that it's not like everything out. I know some people are really proactive and they like every week or 2 weeks or every month do the toy swap. I could try that. I find that my older child asks, like she'll say, hey, I really want to play doctor. And I would hate to say like, no, you can't play doctor until the first of the month. I would rather just say, yeah, let's play doctor, but let's put away, your characters, because since you're playing doctor today. So I'm going to put these in an easily accessible place. I always tell our babysitter where our extra toys are in case the kids ask for them. And then that's it. And then this little travel thing, I did find the last character thing that goes with it. And it was not a cat. It was a little elephant. Super cute. So we actually have a trip coming up. We have several. So I will put that somewhere in our travel bin so that we can grab it, set this in the closet, and then we are golden. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more organizing, spring cleaning, decluttering, labeling, all the things. Well, good morning. Don't judge me. I just got back from the gym. I am going to go take a nice shower here in a minute, but I figured I would do one of the decluttering projects that I'm hoping to complete today before I take a shower, because I don't know, I might get a little dirty or dusty. So I'm gonna do our pantry. Before I do that, I've remembered this morning that I forgot last night to show you some of the other organizational projects that I've done recently. So I'll show you those first, and then we will get into the pantry. I don't think it's that bad. I guess we'll find out. So here's this hutch in our kitchen that I was talking about last night. I just pulled all of the dish towels out and put them in the wash. That's why they are not in there. But we have extra medicine and extra paper at the top, and I printed and cut those labels with the Cricut just like I did last night for those 4 labels. And then these are all things that we use pretty much every day. So we have hair stuff, craft supplies, the dish towels, and then coloring books, workbooks, and curriculum. And I cut all these labels out with the Cricut, and it was so easy, and it just has really, really helped keep it organized between me and the kids and my husband and our babysitter who's here a few days a week. It just is really helpful for us all to have the labels because we all know where everything goes. So this has been fantastic. This is one of the recent projects that I've done. You may hear the washing machine because, like I said, those dish towels are in there, and this is in the laundry room. But I made these shoe bins. I bought these like acrylic containers that mount to the wall, and put Nora's shoes here. Again, with the Cricut, I'm obsessed with it. And then Colin's shoes. And this is the door that goes out to, our garage. So this is how we leave the house. And it is so nice to have their shoes right here. Like, we just grab them and go. I can't explain to you how helpful it is. So that has been life-changing. We used to never be able to find both of their shoes. I don't know where they were going, but now we know when we come in the house, take off our shoes, we put them up there, and it's just been perfect. So there's another one of our really good organizational projects that we have done recently. So this is our pantry. It is very, very spacious. All of these are drawers, which are amazing. There still is some level of organization. However, it's gotten a little messy. So I'm definitely going to go through and clean it up and probably add some labels onto some of these just to help everyone put things back where they go. When we first bought this house, I was worried about this pantry because it's not an actual room or like a closet. It's just built-in cabinets, but it actually is a lot bigger than our old one. It can hold a lot more. And whenever we renovate our kitchen at some point, because this is what we're working with here, we've got mauve countertops, love them. But I'm tired of cooking in a doctor's office. We actually are going to recreate this pantry because we like it so much. It just has so much storage space and it's very easy to access. So anyway, let's get going. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put y'all with the camera because our refrigerator's right here. So we'll have to, I'll figure something out.
This process was pretty self-explanatory. I just went top to bottom, shelf by shelf, taking things out, wiping down the shelf and cleaning it, and then going through the food to check if anything was expired. If it was expired, of course, I tossed it, and there were only a handful of things that were expired because we did just move into this house last summer. And of course, before we moved anything in our old pantry to this new house, I checked the expiration date so that we weren't moving expired food. And so I did that, and then it started just kind of grouping like with like so that I could decide how I wanted to have this organized. I find that having a more organized pantry is so helpful. I really feel like it saves me money and definitely time, because then when I'm going to place a grocery order or going to cook, I know what I have on hand. And that is so valuable to me as a busy mom, to be able to know off the top of my head visually what I have on hand to cook for any given meal. So if you haven't gone through your pantry in a while, this is your sign to go ahead and do it. It really does make cooking so much more enjoyable, and it's well worth the effort of your time. All right, this project was actually a lot faster than I thought. It took me about 30 minutes. It wasn't that bad. There are only probably 5 different food items that I had to toss because they were expired. I hate throwing away food, especially with the prices these days. So I was grateful for that. We did just move into this house last summer, but I really try to keep our pantry like up to date. So on the top up here, these are all like baking extras, extra flour, extra salt, extra oil, things that are either unopened or I bought in a bulk, and then I refill like smaller containers with it. And then just a few other things that we use relatively frequently. I didn't put anything in the back because it's hard to reach, being that it's so deep, except for just like a metal tin that Riley sometimes uses when he does this smoked queso thing, which is delicious. Over here we have oil and vinegar, and then these are all like in the front are things that are opened, and then in the back we always keep some extra things on hand in the event that we need them. And then this one stayed the same. This has been working for us. Some bread items here, fruit snacks, bars, and then this is everything we use for popcorn. In this one, we have mac and cheese, and then there's more mac and cheese. These are all crackers. We have some leftovers of these Popcorners chips that we got maybe like a couple months ago. I like to put this light pineapple juice in my smoothies for some liquid and for some sweetness. And then these are like peanut butter and almond butter. And then just some box things, so like taco shells. I don't know, you can see what they all are. Cornbread, pasta,
things like that. This one also stayed pretty similar, so I have all the tea back here. These are all things we add to drinks. These are like extra condiments, basically. And then this pack of Jell-O that I was like, I really don't know where this goes. Riley uses this in our Ninja Creamy. You put like a couple tablespoons of it or something. And then over here on the side, we have like extra oats. These are these low sugar dark chocolate chips, or no sugar added actually. And then just all this. This is all soup related stuff, oatmeal, liquid IV. Okay, down here is mostly canned goods. We have our onions in here. Obviously our plastic baggies, which this is already nice and labeled, nice and neat. And then these are like some salad things. If you've never tried these and you shop at Walmart, they are so good. These little salad toppers, I always keep some on hand. They're delicious. And then these are all like beans and then tomato sauces and then some of the other random ones at the back. So that was all good. And then the last one is coffee and then these kind of things. I bought this really cool big airtight jar to store the coffee beans that we are actively using in our espresso maker. So I'm going to dump that bag in here, and what I think I'm going to do with my Cricut is actually print out or cut out like a calendar and then like a month and a day, and I'll be able to circle it with a dry erase marker on the glass so that we know when it was opened. We go through it pretty quickly, but I do like to know when it was opened, just to keep an eye on it on when we need to reorder, things like that. So I might do something like that. So this will eventually go right here. And that is our pantry. So I'm trying to decide what I want to label. I definitely want to label this. And I think the oil and vinegar. These and popcorn. These I kind of swap out based on what my kids, it's usually the kids' top 2 favorite snacks or treats at the time. So they don't always stay, well, it's pretty much always bars in here. So I guess I could label that one. And this one actually is always like sweet treats, so I could just label like that. I don't think I'm gonna label the ones in here because it's just like a top-down view. You can pretty easily see, and this one actually does shift around. Like once we use all the oatmeal, we might want something else, that kind of thing. But I think like these 5 right here, and then this bin up here, I think could be useful to be labeled. And so I'm gonna get working on those little labels, and then our pantry declutter, clean out will be complete. And like, here's proof that like it's not just all around the kitchen. It really is cleaned out. All right, I just finished cutting out the labels. That was quick as usual. It really doesn't take long at all once you get the hang of it. So this is a seam on the plastic. The label is just floating there. So popcorn, bars, this one I put sweet snacks. I actually like that you can see them, but it's not like screaming at you. They're kind of like low-key labels. Vinegar and oil. And then I made another Velcro one for up there that just says backstock, which is just like extras. And then for the coffee right here, I just dumped this bag of coffee. This is our favorite coffee. I'll link it below. It is bougie coffee, but it is so stinking good. My cousin turned me onto it and we can't stop buying it. It's so good. So we buy it in the biggest bag we can. So for the coffee, I went ahead and got vinyl cut that has all of the months of the year. This lighting makes it kind of hard, but you can see. And then I circled April because that's when we opened it. And I didn't put the day because I thought that feels like more information than I need, but this will be helpful to know when the bag was opened. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this on the on my little shelf down there where the coffee is, and that is my pantry done. Y'all, I am tired between doing all the toys last night and then the kitchen, pantry, and all that today. I'm like, wow, it takes a lot out of you. It's a lot of work to like the mental work of it, of making decisions, and then also physically moving all the stuff. But this morning I dropped off three bags of donations, which included some clothing and things. I always have a donation bag going, but I went through my closet and my clothes last weekend, and so I had those all in there. And then the big box of donations of the toys that I showed you yesterday, I dropped them off this morning.
that's what you got to do. As soon as you make a decision, you got to get out of your house. So I did, and that felt really good. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. I have several more projects on my spring cleaning list. I want to do both of the kids' closets. I want to do our laundry room, which is also sort of like a storage utility room. So I think I will create separate videos with that kind of content. Let me know if you like watching this kind of content. I personally love watching organizing, decluttering content. I find it very motivational. And normally what I like to do is watch that kind of content while I am myself cleaning, organizing, decluttering. It just like, people call it body doubling. It's like very helpful. But anyway, so that is today's video. I loved doing this. It feels so good in our house right now. Like everything is just like, when you just know that you don't have extra stuff in your house and everything's organized and labeled and clean and everything has a home, like it's the best feeling. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. A huge thank you to Cricut for sponsoring this video. I love my Cricut. I think it is so much fun. Just a couple of days ago, I know I've been showing organizational stuff, but just a couple of days ago, I was on my way to a baby shower and I realized I hadn't gotten a card, which isn't a big deal, but I thought, oh, I'll just make one on my Cricut. And it literally took me like 4 minutes. You pop it in the little Cricut like card insert thing and choose a pre-made design, and it's like so fast. And actually, when the mom opened it up at the shower, as she was opening up the gift that I gave her, she actually said, wow, I love this card. This is so cool. And I was like, I didn't say it, but I was thinking I made it on my Cricut in 4 minutes. So anyway, love, love, love my Cricut. Definitely, I will leave all of the links below to all the things that I talked about in this video if you want to check any of it out. It is time for me to go take a shower. I've been like sweating, moving around, and I went to the gym and I'm a hot mess, but I appreciate you being here. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more spring cleaning, decluttering, and organizing content, and leave a comment below. What has your latest decluttering project, organizing project been, and what is on your to-do list for organizing projects coming up here soon? Let me know. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks again for being here. Bye.